Hey, how's it going, everybody? You get to hang out with me today. It's Saturday. Let's go over here first. We're gonna be in quite a few places today. We're gonna start out here because this place will get really busy really quick. It's a very popular place for family get-togethers and just hanging out and having picnics and fishing, as you can see. But right now, I am the only one here. It's a weedless setup. I do have a clip. As you can see, it's right into the hook, and then I just push the bait up a little bit and run the hook through, and then just set it up on the top there. I'm trying to show you with one hand, and that's the only weight it's got just to keep it going. And I just run it like a wooden middle. It slowly sinks just the way I want it to, because the bait itself is very buoyant. And even with that lead, it's not heavy enough to sink real fast. So I can get it in and out of these weeds real nice. But that's an advantage of a weedless bait. You don't have to worry, it can sink right to the bottom. But look at that. I wonder if that's carp. They're just right here in front of me. Yeah, they're just back and forth right here in front of me. Looked like a carp that time I seen it. Damn. Pretty active, whatever that thing is. I can see him just swimming really close to the top over there. Oh, there's a dog chasing a deer right now at that house. 2 dogs. Wow, that's crazy. All right, let's walk around here a little bit before it starts to get busy, because this park here, it gets busy real quick. That's a little tip if you're a video maker like me, and you want clean videos that you don't have to worry about. Get to places early before people get there. And have a plan. I had this idea last night, so I set up for it, knowing I was going to get here early, knowing there might possibly be people here already, because it is Saturday. So we'll keep trying all the hot spots that people make here and see what happens. I think I just seen one swim away. It's kind of peaceful being in city parks and state parks when there's nobody around. You get to see the deer and listen to the birds. You know, not that I'm complaining that, you know, there's people there. Just a whole different world when you're in the elements of Mother Nature. All right, let's continue walking. Used to be an old granary mill back in the day, and that's really all that's left here is the dam. So they made a family recreation center out of it, picnic area and swimming area, stuff like that, fishing area, fishing pier. The mill is no longer working. It won't be long. There'll be people in here. This is a cool place for people to come and just hang out, families, for the whole day, have a picnic, go swimming. Not going to be quite warm enough for swimming, I don't think. Mid-70s. Well, we've had absolutely no luck in the river backwater. So let's go to the river and work our way up to the falls. There's one right here. He bumped me twice. I think it's a northern. Oh, crap. That always happens when you don't want it to. Oh, he just bumped it again, but that was as far as it went. This is fun. I'm gonna have him. It's not a bad size. Looks like about 18 inches long or so. Well, maybe I spooked him out. Threw it right in the corner that time. Well, maybe I spooked it out. Try running it just outside this rock edge here and see what happens. Well, let's go to a new spot. That was fun, but I wasn't catching anything. I got a couple bumps, but that was about it. And then a few people showed up, so we're gonna move on. We've been here I'm guessing probably an hour and a half, 2 hours. Next spot. Spot number 2. We'll go down there in a minute. Probably have to change to a spin cast to play down there. But we're going to take this bait caster down here. I don't even know if we're going to be able to do this. The wind's blowing this direction right in our face. So we got to be careful here. Oh, jeez, I just stepped in a hole. Oh, yeah. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Again, that was super light jerk bait right now. We'll try it and see what happens. You never know. Got one. Little bass right off the... That's not bad. Good way to start the day. The last place we were at, I didn't catch anything. This little guy come right up out of nowhere and just grabbed it. Not bad. This is my own paint job. Yeah, I almost got a handful of hooks there. Let me try that again. Yeah, this is my own paint job on this. Let's see if I can get this guy off of here real quick. He's a hurting unit. He's got hooks so many different directions that I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do this. Why I don't bring pliers with me, I have no idea. I got the pockets for it and everything. Yeah, he got hooked really strangely. Alright, I'm going to have to go up and get the pliers. I'll be right back. Alright, well, we're going to set them free here. Whoa. Because I had to walk back to the van to get the pliers. And that's actually the closest spot to let him loose. He needs to breathe a minute, that's for sure. Well, okay, let's see if we can catch another bass. I had to go up to the van up there and get my pliers, and I made sure I put them in my pocket this time. So now we won't have to go all the way back up there just to get pliers. But I hyperextended my knee walking down, or not walking down, I walked down to the bank to let the bass go. And as I was walking back up, I went all hyper crazy fast and then stepped in a hole and sent my knee backwards. Oh my God, right now I'm in such pain in my left knee. So we're going to be crippled all day today because I've always had problems with that knee. And now that I did that, I'm going to be walking all stupid. So yeah, this ought to be a fun day. hopefully by the end of the day, or hopefully not by the end of the day, hopefully before the end of the day, ow, it gets better. Because right now I can barely stand on it. I'm putting all the weight on my right leg. But at least we got a fish today so far. First place we went didn't pan out at all. Oops, I got a little carried away with my... That's the first time I had backlash on this reel since I bought it. But I do have a little tiny stick bait on. I think it's a 4.5 inch. So, yeah, floater. So it's pretty light. So, and I'm throwing into the wind. Can't expect miracles on that, right? There we go. I'm actually thinking about packing it up and going over to where I was planning to go in the first place, but I always stop here, and I don't know why I just don't get out and spin cast instead of bait cast stuff. Yeah, let's wobble up to the other side. It's much better up there. You'll see what I mean when we get there. Well, there was no getting into where I was wanting to go. When I got up there, there was just people everywhere along the shoreline. They were all thinking the same thing I was. So we're gonna try this for a little bit. I just sat for a good 20 minutes, letting my knee rest. And yeah, it's really hyperextended. So we're gonna be moving slowly today. Oh yeah, just like that. The only time it hurts is when I walk on it. So this is gonna be a fun day, but we got some interesting looking stuff here. Again, the wind's not in our favor, but I'm thinking just let's do some short casts. I've got a lot of structure right here. I can see the weed lines everywhere. I may go back and get a different rod and reel for here. But I'm thinking we don't have to really go out there far today. Let's just try it right here. There was a whole lot of commotion here just a minute ago. There was a huge pontoon boat that just got put in, and it was almost looked like they were gonna sink their truck. They were having a hard time getting it in here. So I let them pass for a good 20 minutes while I let my knee rest. I pulled up and they pulled up pretty much right behind me. And I always give people the dock. Even if I'm on it fishing and I know I'm not in the way, I'll still get off the dock and go either sit in my vehicle or just wait. Just makes them feel more comfortable that they know they got the whole dock to do what they need to do. Because some people are new and, you know, not as experienced, and they really need to feel comfortable doing what they're doing. Ooh, yeah, I can feel my knee, let me tell you. I'm going to try not to whine about this all day, guys. I'm sorry. But I'm old, and I'm going to feel that. I'm hoping the next place we go, the wind will be in our favor. I'm strategically trying to do that. But because of all the people that were at the last spot, which makes sense because, like me, I want the wind to be in my favor, and obviously so did they. Oh, there's a bunch of bass after it right now. Okay, we're gonna have some fun here. They're in those weeds. I just had a couple follow it up. I might have been going a little bit too fast for them. That might have been the problem all along. They weren't big, but they would be more fun to catch than this nothing I'm catching right now. I'm not sure where they come out of, but there's like 6 of them that come flying right up at it and then they just disappeared. That howling you hear is the wind blowing across these pipes. Oh my God! That one come right up at it as I was pulling it out of the water. Which is exactly why he's caught right on the very edge of it. But yeah, I was just pulling it out of the water. I'm gonna turn around and show you guys these pipes here. Right here, that's what you hear the wind whipping across, going woo woo woo. And when wham, he come right up and grabbed it. Hold on there, little guy. You're hooked pretty good. But fear not, I got the pliers now. Whoops. I just got to learn how to use them. Yeah, these are little. These hooks are really, really good that I buy to put on these lures that I make. They're super sharp. And whoops, once the fish gets past those barbs, boy, I tell you, they really grab. Here's a little tip for you guys. I don't know if you can see it right now, but I don't know if the background's right, but you see how my line goes from green to black, right there where my hand is. Underwater, the black disappears where the green line is visible. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can. But where it goes from bright, shiny, fluorescent green to black in the water, you can't see that at all. You can't see the black line. I don't know here. I'm gonna do it in the water, but I know you can't see it anyway. But anyway, that's a little tip. Take a Sharpie and rub your line, 6-8 inches from the bait up, and your bright fluorescent line disappears in the water. Well, I kind of lost count of how many spots we've been to. But here's the next one. And this one's going to bring us right up to lunch. Maybe we'll catch lunch. Wouldn't that be nice? I'm not going to count on that. But that would be cool. Okay, let's check out the fishing regulations. Alright, largemouth and smallmouth from 14 to 20. Okay, so anything 14 to 20 we got to put back. And we're allowed 1 over 20. All crappies must be 10 inches or bigger. Yeah, they're doing that to maintain the bass and the crappie population. Excuse my limping. By now you guys all know why. Yeah, I'm really not sure where to throw it because there's just weeds everywhere, but they're not holding fish. There's a boat coming. I don't know if it's going to come to the dock here or not. He's moving along pretty good. He's coming this direction. Sneak in one more quick cast before he gets here, because he's going to have to slow down and idle in anyway. So we should be able to get one more here quick. Oh yeah, he's coming right in here. Well, I do believe we're going to go find some lunch somewhere because I didn't even get any followers or nothing here. And this looks like to be a huge muddy clay sandbar flat. So, yeah, let's go somewhere else. Well, this lake here has a few memories. Good and bad. Good fishing wise, well, for one, there's no restrictions on the fish anyway. I've caught a lot of bass out here, and for obvious reasons. See all these lily pads? But that's later in the summer when it gets really hot. You come here with a frog or a topwater, and yeah, the bass are fun. Maybe it's just the color white. Maybe I need to go get my other rod with the jerkbait on it. I was gonna bring that first, but all these lily pads scared me. I don't want to lose it because that's painted by me. I mean, I can paint another one. Not that big a deal, but it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'd rather not lose it. We got till 9 o'clock tonight if I wait till dark. There's sure nothing following this. Alright, let's go get that. Give that a couple tries, and if that doesn't work, we're moving on to a new spot. Well, the white swim bait didn't work out so well, so let's go back to what's been catching them. I went to the white swim bait because it's mostly weedless. I mean, running it through these lilies. This jerk bait, I gotta avoid getting over there. So we're just gonna run this up and down the middle a few times here. Somebody's having a barbecue. Oh man, does that smell good. Holy cow. I just ate before I came here, but I'll tell you what, I would go to that person's house and eat all over again. Man, it smells good. One more, and we're gonna head to a new spot. I don't want to waste a whole lot of time in a place that's not even trailing fish on my lures. Especially in a spot that should be catching fish. This place looks incredible. I will admit though, most of the fish I caught here, it's hot summer. Late June, early August. Yep. Alright, let's get out of here. We're not doing nothing but wasting time. I'm not even sure what number spot this is right now. We've been to quite a few. There's, I don't know, 1, maybe 2 more places to go yet before I call it a day. I was telling that guy on the boat to watch out for that float but I think that float is off someone's line and floating away. It seems to get further and further away from me. I'm basically just going with the wind right now. So, hoping that there's something swimming by. I haven't had a single thing follow it yet. Almost caught a bird in the plate. I wonder if anybody's ever done that. Well, I don't think this is going to work out. I think it's time we move on to the next spot.
I got 50-pound test on. There's a difference.
Yeah, I think I'll leave this hole to these guys. He's trying to teach his kids how to fish. I'm not getting a single darn but thing following my bait at all. So I don't mind leaving this hole to these guys. And away we go to the next place. This may just be the last stop of the day. I hate to say it, but yeah, my knee is really bad. Really bad. Oh, Jesus. Any uneven ground whatsoever that I can't put even pressure on it sends shooting pain. So we're going to stay here as long as we can and hope for the best. You may recognize this lake. This is where I always come. It's the closest to home. That's why I decided to come right to here. And this is where I catch all the northerns. So that's what we're shooting for. The wind's blowing right straight out in front of us. Take advantage of it and see if we can get some of this light jerk bait way out there. It's been the only thing today that's caught anything. Of course, I've only tried a few different lures. In fact, I think only two. This and a white shad. But it's been windy all day. I just happen to be in places where it's been a struggle or a favor. This place is in our favor. making it easy to cast. And this happens to be a pretty decent flat where the northern usually hang out. Basically our last hurrah. Anybody keeping track to how many places we went today? I don't even know. That's not even all of them in this loop that we just did today. That's not even all my places. This is mainly the places that I could play the wind well. A couple places I went even though the wind wasn't in our favor, just because, oh man, he hit it and didn't take it. Always seems like when I'm gabbing is when I get my hits. Maybe that's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing, I don't know. Pay attention. Alright, you come right out of these weeds right off this point in front of us, so maybe we can get them back. Oh man, I just can't get comfortable with this knee. I'm in bad shape, guys. Sad to say. Luckily tomorrow's Sunday. I'll rest the rest of the night and sleep in the morning. Alright, let's see if he's home. I'm right where he hit it before. Yep, nope. That was something else. Weeds, I think. Yeah, there's quite a few other places that I go to in my puddle jumping routine. So many different places that I can't hit them all in one day. I usually break it up. Oh, that was dumb. Took my thumb off it and then pulled it back. Created all this backlash. Alright, let's get that in here and try that again. Yeah, this is the kind of thing I do when I don't go camping, when I don't drive far, camp, and then fish somewhere else in the state. This is what I call puddle jumping. I just go to different areas and bounce around, cast 15, 20 times. And if they're hitting, stay there for a while, and if not, move on. I've been doing it for years, even when I was a kid on a bicycle. I think everybody does that. Just keep hitting all the good fishing holes. But here, you know, Minnesota, the land of more than 10,000 lakes, you really don't have to go far and there's a fishing hole somewhere. Some are good, some are okay. I have a puddle jumping route that just goes along the Otter Tail River in Minnesota. Just different locations along the Otter Tail River. And it takes all day to do it. Even without catching anything and staying for any amount of time. You know, 10, 15, 20 casts and move on. It still takes all day. There's a lot of places to get on the Otter Tail River in the state of Minnesota. It also passes through a lot of lakes. So there's a lot of fish in it. Just that one attacked it, and that's all we're getting so far. I have to upgrade my spoon collection. I need to get a couple more sets of 5 of diamonds, some daredevils, keep throwing it into this corner over here because it is normally a good spot. I've caught a lot of bass right up to this point right here, as well as northern. So it made sense at that one hit right here. But he didn't come back. Go out a little further this time. Bring it a little slower. The sun was in our favor all day today, that's for sure. was out, it was warm. But not overly warm. A few little ones chasing it that time. Let's change directions. Try some fresh area here. Pretty sure we're going to close the day out here, so I'm letting this one roll on. Ooh, I think that was a bump. Not sure though. Fish so little that the bait itself is bigger. Funny. It was a pretty long day. We started, we got at our first fishing hole at the dam. We were there at 7:30 this morning. I was on the road a little after 6, but I stopped for coffee and stuff. So by the time I got to the first hole, it was 7:30-ish. And it's going on 6 o'clock right now. I'll let that one sit just a little longer than normal. So anybody that's made it all the way to the end, I appreciate it. I really do. You know, I do a lot of outdoor stuff, and I thought, why the hell not show people what I do? You know, I mean, some of it's a little different than the norm, but there's some cool places around here in Minnesota, and YouTube's a really cool place to discover places like this. I've learned a lot from other people on YouTube just in Minnesota alone, especially mountain biking. We have a lot of mountain biking in Minnesota, and I did not know of a lot of it. ATVs, if you're into four-wheelers, off-road vehicles. We have trails up north that are made just for those, and a lot of trails. I don't mean just like putt around the woods for 20 minutes and call it good. I mean, you're there all day, going back to your camp, taking a nap and getting something to eat and going back out. We have a lot of trails in here in Minnesota like that. I encourage anybody to come to Minnesota for adventures. And depending on where you live, it's pretty tough to live. Depending on where you go, I should say. You know, the cities are the cities, just like the cities anywhere. I mean, we got good and bad. Good and bad surrounding the cities too, so just like anywhere else that has a city. But our city area also has some of the best trout fishing in the United States. It's well known trout fishing down in the southeast corner of Minnesota, which is right below the cities. And one day I'm going to get down there and do that. I've been down there, but I haven't done any trout fishing. I've been down there for other reasons. Well, maybe the fish just aren't active today because they shut off for a while. We haven't been catching anything for quite some time. So it's like the fish just shut off. Had that one attack it right here in front of me, but I know there's a lot of northern in here, so we should be catching them. Every time I come here, I catch northern, 2 and 3, and some of them pretty decent size. Yeah, this is different. I don't usually fish here though. I decided to fish here because of the boat launch. I can get the fish up in here without a struggle because of my knee. I figured I'd have a problem way over on the higher bank and dancing around too much, where this I could just walk backwards and get the fish up on land. It's the only reason why I came here. I don't normally fish right here. But this lake is not heavy with boat traffic. There's no boats out here at all, and there probably hasn't been all day. And if there has, it's only been 1, maybe 2, because it is Saturday. It is Saturday, so I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and say there might have been 1 or 2 out here all day. But I'm gonna say that on a normal day, no. Not a lot of people come here anymore. Crappie guys do still. They know there's crappie in here, and they're not going to give up on them. And the perch guys, basically the same guys. But I come here for you used to come here for the bass and the northern, but I come here for the northern because they'll pretty much hit anything. Except for my bait today, oddly enough. But it was a fun day. I'm glad you guys came along and stuck it out. Hopefully you guys stuck it all out. There's no way of me knowing if you did, other than you saying you did. But either way, I appreciate you guys watching my stuff. I really like doing it. I don't mind doing the video part of it either. The editing is crazy. Today, I edited, that is such a weird word to say, edited. But I did all my editing as I was going along. Each time I would go to a different spot, I'd have to charge my phone and batteries and whatever. So while things were charging up, I would do some editing And I'm caught up to this point right now. This video right here that I'm shooting is the only one that I got to edit. And I may just let it run raw. But then again, maybe not, because here comes a four-wheeler, and I think it's that guy that always stops and talks to everybody. So I might have to cut that out. So if it is, and I have to end this right now, I'm going to say thanks again for watching. I'm glad you guys came along. And maybe next time I do this, I'll catch something all day long. No, that wasn't him. So you get to put up with me a little longer. The guy that usually comes around here and talks to people is the guy that owns that farm right over there. I don't know if you can see that. There's a farmyard over there. His property butts right up against this lake. Although not sure that he can actually access this lake because it's mostly swamp. He'd probably have to walk a good 60, 80 yards through swampy, leech-infested crap to get to anything that he could even fish. That's not to say you can go out there in the hot summer and make a path. But anyway, nice guy, comes around all the time, just talks to people just to get input. What are you catching? And he shares that input. That's how I know all the stuff about the lake, as he tells me. I've never seen a guy with a fishing pole in his hand, to tell you the truth. I think he's just a friendly, curious guy. It's weird that I think about that now. I've never seen him with a fishing rod in his hand here. There's a loon just popped up right here in front of us. I don't know, guys. Not looking too good. I gotta be careful of that loon. I don't want to get my bait anywhere near him. That's pretty much the Minnesota state bird right there, other than the mosquito. Yeah, you don't want to do anything to those loons. To the left a little bit. Get away from him. Let him do his thing. Oh, my knee, I tell you. Jeez. Sorry, guys, I keep whining about it, but holy cow. It's making my whole lower body so sore because I have to stay off it. Just keep the weight off it. Just one fish, come on. Give me one before we go home. The wind is so warm. All the waters that I've caught fish in today were warm. They warmed up real fast. We've had a lot of rain. A lot of rain. Well, what do you think, guys? Try to call it. Go home and get off this knee. Go home and watch somebody else on YouTube do some fishing. If any of you guys got any YouTube channels, let me know on this video. I'd like to follow you guys too. Especially you guys that follow me. You know, I like to give back. Alright guys, I'm going to get out of here. Been good. Thanks for coming along. I really do appreciate it. We'll do this again. Maybe tomorrow I'll get out and do some more.